Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL IMAN binti ASMADI. My matric number is 290023. In this assignment, we will analyze the business income, asset, and liability to calculate the tax and zakat, plus created the retirement plan for Cik Roslan or Cik Lan. Tax is basically the mandatory payment that collected from business and individual. Meanwhile, zakat is one of the pillars in Islam that is compulsory to pay or after reach a certain rate amount of money nisab and time how. Generally, the nisab is 85 gram for gold and 2.5% for total amount of wealth, depending on types. Next, retirement is someone who are permanently leave the workplace and will be given half of the income to spend in their old days. Therefore, the retirement planning is needed in beginning of old age to save a lot of money for future use. The purpose for the assignment is to learn and in the same time improving intelligent question and high thinking skill in solving problems that's happen when business seems to fall in critical situation like economic recession and COVID-19. Not only that, this stimulation assignment also aiming in deepening our knowledge in zakat, tax, and retirement when working. It also increases our self-awareness of doing self-assessment of tax and zakat to commit the responsibility as Muslim citizens instead of being caught by the authority. Furthermore, this assignment also helps to enhance our research skills and create best planning to apply it in future, such as facing through assessment and calculation that happen on the Cik Lan. It stands to give advanced exposure in managing time between family, normal work, and business. This also grow positive mindset when working to fulfill the responsibilities as important figure in family, workplace, and business. Next, we will look into Mr. Lan business. Mr. Roslan, or we call Cik Lan, began operation in years 1996 with small business. He started with direct selling coffee bean in restaurant and cafe around Kedah. He also distribute the raw material in schools and universities after a few years. The raw material that he sells to other are catfish, salted fish, lime, hot, and big chili. The increasing on demand make Cik Lan's business grow to larger scale. In 2017, Mr. Roslan signed tender contract with UN and got 2 cafes under him, which are Cafe in AZIZ and Proton. 90% of raw material of UM cafes were supplied by him. He also built other businesses such as salon spa, Intitra, and clothes shop. Unfortunately, both business not doing well because changeable of law, financial, and demand due to COVID-19. Moreover, Cik Lan's or Mr. Roslan generate more profit by running the shop lot for others. Run a cafe and water shop every day. He also helping needy person and student to build income by giving them a job for them to cover their life expense. The total of workers are 30 people that work under him, which consists manager, cashier, chef, food and drink preparer, that also being led by people and students. Now, he are the one of the biggest supplier and the famous cafe owner, which provide food to UUM and cafe in school around Kedah. First of all, we were searching and discussing which entrepreneur we should doing the interview. We made our decision to interview the owner of cafe which has project tender with UUM. In the beginning, before interview, we thought to interview Cik Shah before, assuming he is the owner of cafe. Unfortunately, he is only the manager of cafe in AZIZ. However, he's still helping us by giving the number of his boss to further our process in complete this assignment. This picture shows the conversation of Cik Lan and one of our group member, IMAN. They start with the formal introduction and purpose to interview him to complete the assignment. We also asked him to interview in his free time and decided to do in AZIZ, which is near with his cafe being operated and monitored by him in the night time. We also confirmed with him to do the interview by face-to-face or online before choosing the place and time for conducted the interview session. The picture above shows the interview question and specific details of place were also given to him in advance as additional information for him to be prepared before the interview session is conducted.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm SITTI FITRIANA binti AZIZ, matrix number 279767. Now I will continue with the finding from our interview with Mr. Lan. Mr. Lan, an entrepreneur from 1996 to 2023, started his business in 2017 as seriously as a trader. He initially provided raw materials to the UEM cafe before opening a food operation at the Cafe Mas. He earned 1 million from the business, including Western business such as hot dishes and side dishes. Mr. Lan also earns 7,000 to 8,000 as a bank office. However, he also bears personal expenses such as cafe rent, children education, car, house, and transportation with an estimated amount from 10,000 per month. His income can be capitalized on his money income, but his business has experienced disruption due to events and programs. To maintain demand, he changed the food menu every month, replacing one with a new one to avoid waste in raw materials. He also avoided high price with cheap options, such as roti canai, which has a daily limit of 300 pieces. Besides, Mr. Lan chose his current business compared to the other type of business due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He had a salon and spa before this in Jitra, but he had to close her business because of the COVID-19. After the pandemic, he continued his food business at Cafe Mas, as food is a daily necessity. He plans to maintain the business for higher income and maintain a job in a bank office, but plans to retire in a bank office job. Mr. Lance plans to strengthen his financial position and stability with reduced commitments to 10,000 per month, such as rent, car, transport, loan house, and other expenses. He plans to move to a close-by area to save on transportation and house payment. He also invested in Amanah Saham Gemilang and Amanah Saham Malaysia for 3,000 to 4,000 and bought a land in Jitra. Mr. Lan's business income is estimated to be 1 million and he has not used government rebates or tax relief.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATIN ZULAIKHA binti RAZALI, matric number 279SS4. So I will explain the calculation zakat on business as funded by Mr. Roslan. So in the case, we use the profit and loss method. For the zakat, we must to know how the rate of nisab on the country. So based on zakat kedah, the rate of nisab is 22,612 ringgit. So in the case profit, if Mr. Waslan given that 1 million, so must to this the expenses is 200,000. So after that, total net profit is 800,000 must to multiply 2.5% for zakat. So Cik Lan must pay the zakat because the net profit exceed the nisab rate. The nisab rate is to 20,000. So Cik Lan must pay for zakat is 20,000 ringgit. So for the next one is calculation debt on business. So total profit of the business is 1 million, must to minus the expenses 200,000, loss of stock 520,000, operation cost 300,000. From the date, taxable income is 1,001,000, tax in charge 200 ringgit. So after all the ways to minus the liabilities must to minus the zakat is 20,000. So the total of business take to be paid by Mr. Roslan is 200 ringgit 17,930 per year. Suggestion retirement for Mr. Roslan. Mr. Roslan will need to list out all expenses he may need during his retirement years from age 60 onward as per the table below. So the expenses is come for the food, home loan, car loan, utilities, home maintenance, clothing and personal care, medical expenses, transportation, entertainment, travel, takaful, installation and hobbies. So total of the by the year is 338,400 per annum to have comfortable retirement as listed out by him. So taking account of inflation of 40%, so from the 338 4000, it's become to 859,117 double days value. So the proven value is come from the debt. Here's the value of 659,170 per annum of 54,630 per month should then be used in calculation of the amount required at Chetland retirement. So this is mainly attributed to the fact that Chetland's salary increase, his saving rate increased well, and his expenses probably increased as much as lower rate.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is QAMARUZ FIKRI bin ZAIN and my batch number is 28014. So I would like to talk about the suggestion for this business. So first of all is quality and consistency. In our opinion, Chetland should upgrade the quality of their foods and drinks. Although the current quality is not poor, we think that the raising of the bar will attract more clients and earn their trust. As new customers gain confidence in the business, they will start referring their friends and family to it. Once it has been enhanced, Chetland would like to continue and maintain the quality provided. It is to guarantee that clients stay devoted and continue to support Chetland's businesses. Second is online ordering or delivery. Online ordering is something we think that is typical in this modern technological era, particularly in the food industry. We recommend Chetland offer online ordering and also delivery options. We predict that this initiative will draw the largest segment of consumers, which are students, without availability of their own vehicles. Chetland can take orders through widely used applications like WhatsApp and also Telegram and then deliver the goods. Chetland will gain a larger audience while also increasing profits by charging for delivery services. Next is community involvement. It has been proven that big enterprises participate in their neighborhood or community activities. For instance, McDonald's funded the non-profit, which is Ronald McDonald House Charity, to enhance the health and well-being of disadvantaged children in Malaysia. Through the strategy, McDonald's indirectly improves its reputation and provides free advertising. Chetland can accomplish the same objectives through participating in charitable projects or community activities like operating open booths at gatherings like convocations and so on. As a result, the company will become known to students and more customers will come. And lastly is the monitor financials. The financial management of the company is, in our opinion, it is important component. A company with poor financial management will suffer negative effects and eventually fail. Chetland must consistently check the company's financials in order to be a good businessman. Good financials will make it easier for the business to roll their inventory, pay all the utilities, pay the staff salaries and other expenses. Always keep an eye on how the money is coming in and out and make an effort to reduce wasteful spending.
In conclusion, we receive a lot of knowledge, especially in marketing, of how to attract the customer and increase the demand. We learn and being taught of how to manage the stress when facing both workplace and business pressure. It also sharpened our analytical and high thinking skills in identifying and solving the problem when facing fluctuations of business position in market due to external factor. Besides, retirement plan, tax and Zakat assessment that we do on Chetland's or Mr. Land financial statement make us realize that government prepare a lot of benefit and service to help people in Malaysia. Some of them is tax relief or tax exemption that can be deducted in income statement or got the claim and refund from government tax authorities. We also suggest the strategy to improve the performance of Mr. Land's business. For example, monitor financials, community involvement, quality, consistency, plus online marketing and delivery as a sign that we support its business to be last long in future. Last but not least, the perfect planning of financial and retirement will give us bright future to survive. For example, the compounded saving through investment. The well backup planning also make our lifestyle become better because we have better preparation to face uncertainties in future. That's all from us. Thank you.